Okay, so today on Sticks and Stones, before we get into the hockey, we need to just stop and take a moment of silence and reflection for the shocking killings, blatant racism, and Black lives that really do matter. Protests have begun around the world, and it is about time that we confront this evil we have in the world called racism. So please join me in support by holding a moment of silence for George Floyd, for Collins Kosa, for Ahmaud Arbery, and everyone that has died for the Black Lives Matter movement. This moment is also for everybody that has suffered from racism and continue to suffer from racism. Let us take this moment. Thank you. Okay, so today on Sticks and Stones, we have a player profiles episode, and today in our presence, we really have a hockey phenomenon. This hockey player has represented South Africa at national indoor level and has been to a Youth Olympics and has also represented South Africa at the under-21 outdoor level. Coming from Cape Town and playing Western Province Cricket Club hockey, this player is really a phenomenon. I'm honored to introduce our guest today, and she is none other than Miss Kayla de Waal. Welcome, Kayla.
Hi, Andy. Hi, Mike. Thanks so much. Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
That's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. On the podcast. So, Kayla, tell us how you got into hockey and where did everything start for you?
Well, I started playing when I was really young. So I started in grade 1, which is like the earliest you can really start. I told this actually on my live the other week, but I wasn't actually going to play. And then I didn't sign up or anything. And then a day before we were supposed to start playing, I went over to my friend's house. He lived next door. And I saw his hockey stick and his shin pads and everything. And he's got all the equipment. And I was like to my mom, I was like, Mom, I got to play hockey. And the next day I was at hockey training. So that's kind of how it started for me.
Man.
Really cool, yeah. But you played a very broad variety of sports. Hey? You represented South Africa in a lot of different things. Did you always know you wanted to main hockey, or did you struggle in finding your niche?
Yeah, that's true. I did play a lot, which I'm really happy I did, because I don't think it's great to specialize too young and get too serious about something too young. I definitely didn't always know it was going to be hockey, if I'm being honest. I actually had a really tough time at the end of high school when I knew I really had to decide if I wanted to excel in one sport. So I was really struggling between hockey and running. But then when my matric year for hockey was just such a good year, and going to the Youth Olympics, I just knew after that it was going to be hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you always played sports that kind of gelled together. Do you think that the variety of sports you played added to the level of hockey that you performed at?
Yeah, I think so. I think hockey, you have to be fit. So obviously I was always very, very fit with running, because I trained almost every day. So I think that helps a lot. And then also tennis, it's also a bit of hand-eye coordination. So yeah, I think definitely.
Yeah, it's super cool. So how did it feel making province throughout high school and just the journey and progression going up?
Yeah, I remember in grade, I made it for the first time in grade 7, and I just remember I couldn't believe it. I was just so happy. And yeah, it's been such a ride, right through high school, and ended off in matric with the gold medal at IPT, which was really special.
That's always a special. So which making province, which one's been the most special for you? The first one or the last one, or anyone in between?
Well, I think that all the tours are special in their own ways. Some tours are harder than others, but you learn more. But I would have to say my favorite was definitely my matric year. Yeah, it was just a really special IPT with really cool people, and I think the feeling never got old. Every year I made it, I would just be more excited about making it, and yeah, matric was just amazing.
Were you ever nervous of not making the team, or did you always have the faith in yourself that you'd always bang up the side and make the starting lineup?
Yeah, I was always super, super nervous before the team came out. I was never confident, like, oh, like an overconfident and like, oh, I'm definitely going to make this team. So I think there's I had the balance of having the confidence in myself, but I definitely lots of nerves before the teams came out.
So tell us, how did it feel when you made like the national indoor side, or like how you made the under 21 outdoor side? How did that moment feel?
So yeah, I think the national indoor team and my experience at the Youth Olympics were by far my hockey highlights. I think the indoor thing, everything happened so quickly. So last year I made the emerging team in June, and then from that they chose a squad for a camp. So I went to the camp and like I gave it everything, but I didn't like think, oh my gosh, I like was going to make this team. And when I got the call up, like I just was beyond happy, and the whole experience with the team, it was just absolutely incredible, like something like such a dream come true.
How did you get the call up? Did they phone you, or did you like just get a message on your phone?
No, so like what I really like about it is they phone you beforehand, so you know before the teams are released to everyone else whether you're going to make it or not, which I think it's pretty cool, because I don't think it's cool to find out on social media. When everyone else does.
That would suck.
Yeah, that's a bit rough.
That is a bit rough. Talk to us about the experience in Buenos Aires, the Youth Olympics. How was that traveling and everything that goes into it?
I don't think you can actually like fully describe what it is to go to something like that. Like the village, from the people you meet, from the experience, everything was just so incredible. And just like we did really, really well. We made the semi-finals. And yeah, it was a bit rough from there onwards, but I think we were, I think it was so special. And I think that, yeah, it was really, really special.
Yeah, I mean, that team was loaded with such quality players, and making fourth at a Youth Olympics is actually really, really good.
Yeah, it was really special. I added a great bunch and a great coach, great manager, great team. Yeah.
So we fast forward your hockey career a little bit from the Youth Olympics, and you end up going on tour with the ladies indoor team overseas. Tell us about that experience and just playing in a foreign country. So
yeah, we had 2 tours in South Africa before, and which was really nice because that was like my first few matches. So having the home crowd support is obviously a big advantage. So that was really nice. And then going over to Poland was incredible. Like I said, just because like the teammates make it, and it was just such an amazing group of teammates. So it was insane. And the support, we played in a little tiny village in Poland, but like so many people came down to support. And I mean, Poland are like 6th in the world, and we ended up drawing the series. So obviously to get good results as well made it even more enjoyable.
And how was the culture shock going overseas? Sorry, Mike. How was the culture shock playing in Poland, seeing how they live, experiencing that?
Yeah, it's definitely different. For me, the weather, wow, it's like dark at like 3 p.m. and light at like 9 a.m. So it feels like we were playing our matches at like 7 p.m. So by that time I thought it was like midnight. I was like ready for bed. But the people, they were very friendly, and it was a great experience. Yeah.
Can you chat to us about so SA under 18, right? Did you played in the Australia series?
Yeah, I did.
Can you how was that playing your first? Was that your first actual Australia series?
Yeah, that was that. So I played in. Yeah, that was my first Australian series. I did play against Namibia and Namibia and SA under 16A when I was under 16. But it was my first like proper international experience. And I think we went in there really believing that like we could do something really special. So to come away with a 3-0 series win, I think that's where my like I always loved hockey, but I think that's where like I absolutely like fell in love with the sport. Like I was all for it after that.
Yeah.
Was that also like a point where you felt your youth hockey in South Africa is on the up, like especially because you guys took on the Australians and beat them 3-0?
Definitely, I was feeling, definitely.
Do you think that you'll continue to play hockey in South Africa? Because currently at Stellenbosch, right? And I know you had a spell in Britain earlier in the year or last year.
Yeah.
Do you think that after you finish your studies in South Africa, you're going to continue playing here, or do you think you'll move overseas and try continue grinding the sport out there?
So yeah, I'll be here for the next few years, obviously at Marty's. And then after that, I would definitely love to go overseas, even if it's for a season or two. I've just I know the level there is just absolutely incredible, and just to experience a new culture and meet new people. Yeah, I think I'll grow up a lot there as well. Be forced to be very independent. So yeah, I definitely want to go play overseas after my studies.
If there's one place you want to go play overseas, where would that be?
Well, I think everyone would say Holland because just they're Holland. But it's not, yeah, we'll see it somewhere in Europe.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you find that when you're playing, obviously you've had a lot of international moments and local moments and stuff. Do you find that your BMT is starting to rise to a new level? And do you find that you no longer get nervous for games, or how is your pre-match temperament?
No, I wouldn't say that. I still get as nervous and as excited for every game. And I think if you're not getting nervous and excited before a game, then there's a problem, because then so definitely still feel the nerves.
So to combat those nerves, what's your pre-match like? What are you doing before a match?
So I do a few things. I'm a super superstitious person, actually. I won't tell you some of the things I do. They're ridiculous.
No, come on.
But yeah, just getting my head in the right space. I tend to want a bit of time for myself. People prepare differently. Some people get really outgoing and super. But for me, before warm up, I need a bit of time just for myself to think about the game and what we want to achieve as a team. And then like I said, a few of my stupid superstitions.
What did some of those be? Because I know I have a few. I do a little jump, hop, and a skip before I play.
Mine are ridiculous. You don't even want to know. I'll give you one of my running ones. Before a match, I always had to touch the track with two of my fingers, so the track knew. And then for no, I've got some really stupid things that I do.
No, that's cool though. That's cool. That's actually a mad one. I'm gonna try that. I'm walking across the pitch, touch with two fingers. There we go. You ready for the match? Kayla the ball mentality in there. So what have been some of the favorite players that you've got to play with over your career so far?
Oh my God, I've played with many different types of players, younger than me, older than me, who have inspired me in completely different ways. Obviously the national girls was incredible, girls you've looked up to for a long time. Playing with Cindy Hack, I mean, everyone knows who Cindy Hack is. And she's such an amazing person and player, and just there are loads of people. I don't even feel like I can mention because there's just so many.
Do you think that there's one specific player that's kind of inspired you to be the player that you are, or do you think that it's sort of a much more broad thing?
It's definitely a more broad thing for me, especially when it comes to hockey. I've never had a hockey role model, from overseas or South Africa. There's never been someone specific who I've looked up to. It's been a more broad range of people. Yeah.
Has there been a specific coach that has pushed you, or a coach that's just inspired you or you've enjoyed playing with?
Yeah, so I've also had the most amazing coaches, but I would definitely have to mention Pauline Brain, who was at Stellenbosch. So I was at Stellenbosch from grade 8 to the middle of grade 10 before I moved to Herschel. And the training that we had there was incredible. We trained so hard. We started training in January, and hockey season only starts we literally started training before school would start, and we would train every day for hours on end, fitness, that training was absolutely insane. And obviously she's an ex-national player, but I think that's where my like I realized like she improved my game so much, and yeah, it was just absolutely incredible. I have to give a lot of credit to her.
Yeah, and especially having a
Oh,
coach like that pushes you, you just feel more into, you get more into the game because you're seeing the effects of the hard work being paid off.
100%, yeah.
And then when you moved to Herschel, did you find that the level of hockey was much more difficult, or did you find that you sort of settled in more?
No, I didn't find it was a lot more difficult. I loved hockey at Herschel, absolutely incredible. Also, my coach was Mrs. Brown, Cindy Brown, who was also an ex-national player. So she knows so much about hockey as well, and the players there. And I just loved hockey at Herschel as well. It was amazing.
How was the transition from Stellenbosch, which is the northern suburb school, to Herschel as a southern suburb school? How was that transition, not only as a player but as like a person and a student going to high school?
So it was definitely very different, and it definitely took me time to adjust. Yeah, like Stellenbosch's a really big school, co-ed school. Herschel, much smaller girls' school. So it was very different. Yeah, I loved hockey right through high school. I wouldn't say I like absolutely loved school in Herschel or Stellenbosch just because I didn't love school. But yeah, it was very different, but I don't regret my move at all. And I think I learned a lot from both schools I was at, so I wouldn't change anything.
Do you think the move made you a lot more independent, like as a person, and then that developing onto the pitch?
I had to definitely grow up a bit more. I definitely learned a lot. I mean, I went into a school where I didn't know many people. I knew a few of the girls from province hockey. So you obviously have to make an effort to get to know people and to put yourself out there. And I tend to be quite a shy, introverted person until I get to know someone, and then I seem to be a bit too loud, actually. So yeah, I definitely learned a lot.
That's sick. That's really sick.
That's super
Do you
mad.
think that when you were at Stellenbosch and at Herschel that you took a leadership role, regardless if you were captain or not? Do you think that you built yourself as a player that the younger generation or the younger players can look up to?
I hope I do. I mean, I've never been that super like loud person on the field, or I kind of tend to be a little bit more quiet, but tend to like give advice in like to one person or to this person in smaller ways. So I hope that I was someone that people could look up to. Yeah.
Almost like you're leading in how you're playing. So by leading the team forward, that's your form of leadership in a way.
Yeah, I will like say stuff and speak and give advice, but I'm not one of those super loud people. Like I'm not one of those people you'll always be hearing on the field, which is maybe something I could actually work on, for my communication to be a bit better. But yeah.
Yeah. Just speaking about on the pitch, where was your favorite place to compete? Like, was it Argentina, Poland, here, South Africa?
No, I would definitely have to say Argentina. The crowd there were absolutely incredible. Like there were like 4,000 people watching us. Those people are so loud. It was fantastic. Just not only had to play against Argentina, it was terrible because you just hear all this crowd all the support for them. If you do anything right, the stadium is just like silent.
Yeah.
But playing there, the atmosphere, yeah, definitely Argentina.
Do you think you enjoy hockey more when there's a bigger crowd?
I would 100%. I definitely like playing in front of people. Yeah.
Obviously, would you prefer playing in a more hostile environment or a much more calm environment where the tension's sort of a bit lower?
I would probably say calm. Like I don't like too much like conflict or but I do also calm, but like the team needs that passion and that drive and that urgency, and I don't mind people like moaning at me or whatever on the field. Like it's not personal, and that feeling when like your whole team really wants something, then that's fine if that has to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so you end up making the national under-21 outdoor side. I came to watch a few of your games in Stellenbosch. So how was it playing against the Irish and the Netherlands? How was that experience?
So we only played against the Netherlands. The SA ladies played against Germany and Ireland, and no worries. So we only played against Holland. I think we learned a lot. Like as you guys know, Holland are the way they move the ball, their speed. Yeah, it was definitely a big learning curve and something that I think made us realize that we've got a lot to work towards and strive towards. And yeah, like we really want to be better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to play against like the international powerhouses because you see like the level that people need to strive to, and I think that playing against like such, like I said, powerhouses just adds to the drive that you would have as a team, as an individual player.
Yeah.
So I was there, and do you believe that? So I heard apparently that the Netherlands under-21 ladies did a hike before they came to play the games. Do you believe that?
Yes, I do. Before our one game, they did do a hike.
Madness. After madness.
Yeah.
It's a different way of doing things over there. It's so incredible. Like I think like it's so much to like you can like look up to them and be inspired by that and want to be like that because their mentality is just something else.
Yeah, especially because they're so dominant in the ladies' game.
Yeah, so dominant.
So Kayla, what's the long-term goal?
So like obviously I would like to represent on the outdoors SA senior level as well. So just have to keep working hard towards that. Yeah, and then to hopefully keep making the SA indoor team. And yeah, hopefully do something special like at a tournament, you know, with one of those teams. Like I don't just want to, I think a lot of girls will agree, like we don't just want to go to tournaments and like be there and like we actually really want to compete and do something special, maybe like win something. So for me, that's like a big goal, like not just to go to a tournament, but to actually do something super, super special. And yeah, there's some specific goals that I've set for myself that are pretty big. And then also like playing in Europe, hopefully for a big club there would be amazing.
Yeah, 100%. And I think with the players that are coming through, I think definitely we can, as a country, be doing something special in World Cups, in Olympics going forward. So I'm definitely really excited for that.
Yeah.
So obviously the Olympics, like you said, Andy, it's been pushed back. It's been postponed to 2021. Am I right?
Yeah. Next.
So Kayla, are you striving to make the SA women's side for that and represent the country at the Olympics?
So I'm not sure how the setup works for that because they did choose a squad for this year and I wasn't in that squad. So I wasn't like, you know, in the squad to try and make it. So I'm not sure how they're going to go forward from that. But I mean, I think it would be crazy for like someone to say that they wouldn't be striving towards that, if you get what I'm saying, because that's like the ultimate goal for any like hockey player who wants to reach the top level. But obviously I know I'm still young but if I said I didn't want that, I would be lying.
Yeah.
So what's some advice that you'd give to any young hockey player, and especially to like any young female hockey player? What's the advice you'd give them?
So when I was like pretty young, we were at like this restaurant with my family and I saw Brian Banner walk past and I was like, my brother was always the one who like would walk up to these people, but that day he was just like, no, I'm not doing it. Like if you want to talk to him, if you want to get a signature, you go to him. So I eventually worked up the nerve to go and like run after him and then he said, hi, like what's your name? And he took me to his car and he took out this poster of himself and he wrote on it like, dear Kayla, work hard, dream big. And I've had that in my room ever since then, and I pretty much live by that. Like dream big. Like people are always like, you know, which I don't like. They're like, be realistic and like, you know, you don't want to set yourself up for failure, but like work hard towards something that you really want. And if you have to look back one day and say that you didn't get there, at least you have no regrets. That you worked hard towards it and that you dreamed for something that you really wanted. So I still have that on my wall. I look at it every day and it's definitely something I live by. And yeah.
That's really sick. That's really sick, actually.
That's a really cool memory as well.
Yeah.
Do you think
Do you think
that?
that maybe one day on the? Do you think that maybe one day on the big stage, when you've made it, you can call out Brown Van and actually give him a cheeky shout out?
Why not? Still got to make it there though. It's not,
No,
yeah.
I'll back you.
Still a long way
I'll
to
back
go.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Do you think that you're an inspiration to younger players?
Well, like, I can't say that because I don't know what younger players think of me, but I would hope so. I mean, I always looked up to people growing up, and I think that helps someone. Like, if you don't have anyone to look up to, then it's hard to necessarily know, like, yeah, what you want to be or what you're striving towards. So I would hope that I am. Yeah.
Mm. And how do you think that playing hockey throughout high school and running throughout high school and now further into university and playing at national levels, do you think that's bettered you as a person and made you more of a people person?
I think definitely touring in like lots of different places, sometimes not great places, touring with different types of people, so meeting new people and like learning to interact with people that have different beliefs and who are just different. I think that, yeah, definitely, I would definitely say so.
Yeah. And regarding school and university and stuff, do you think that do you think that playing sport at such a high level is actually added to your school and not taken away from it?
Sorry, what did you say? Sorry, I didn't hear you there.
It's all right. Do you think that playing hockey at such a high level throughout high school and now into university has actually bettered your studies and made you more of an academic learner?
I think so, because I think when one has lots of time, like now, you'll struggle to work because you just like, have so much time. Where I find when you're going from a hockey training and then okay, you have 2 hours to study. Yeah, I find that I'm definitely more disciplined. I think a
Yes.
lot of us can say that. So I definitely think it's helped my academics.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what have you been doing throughout lockdown to maintain fitness? Because I know now, especially, it's kind of difficult to keep motivated, especially keeping fit. So, what have you been doing to stay fit?
So as lockdown's been going on, it is definitely more and more difficult to stay motivated, especially like you said, now's the time where all the big tournaments would have been happening.
Yeah.
So I have done a lot of running throughout lockdown. So I ran around my garden too many times in the first month when we weren't allowed outside. Nearly broke my ankle a few times. And then since we've been allowed out, like that was in the mornings, I was running almost every day. Because I mean, I've always loved running, long distance running, and I haven't been able to do it as much this year because I was at Stellenbosch and we were playing so much hockey. So that's been really nice. And then just doing obviously conditioning and strength and picking up the ball and skills in small space. I think there's lots you can do. It's just making the most of the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sick. I find it is a massive struggle to stay motivated and stay fit and stuff. But I feel like you've also surrounded yourself with a group of people that want to inspire you to be better, which always makes for a better athlete and just as a better person. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true, Michael. How have you guys been finding lockdown? Like matric, kind of last year of school. I know it's been quite tough, obviously having my brother in matric. How's it been for you guys?
Yeah. Hockey wise, it's been difficult. And fitness wise, obviously, different times. Studies have been okay, I guess. There's definitely some subjects that definitely need a teacher, like math and physics, but everything else is about fine.
Yeah, on my side, I don't really do super struggle subjects. Like I don't do maths, I don't do physics. So I'm kind of at school more for the banter and the camaraderie and stuff. So obviously not having hockey and not having like the Saturday mornings at the rugby field because I'm a cheerleader and stuff. It's really tough just to stay motivated and stay positive and stuff. But like I said earlier, it's if you surround yourself with the right people, it always helps. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, it's just making the best of a really, to be honest, like horrible situation in a way. What's happening in the world right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, have you gone back to school yet?
Yeah, we went back on Monday, but we're doing like this day on, day off system. So like
Ah.
only the matrics are going, and it's 80 people per day. So there's like group 1 and group 2, and then group 1 will go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Group 2 will go Tuesday, Thursday, and then it'll swap the week after. So you only ever end up seeing like, if you have 5 mates, you'll see like 1 a day or 2 a day. So it is tough, but and it's not the same, but you know, it's something.
Yeah. Kayla, before we go off, I just remembered, how was PHL and that whole experience going up to Randburg? How was that?
I didn't play PHL. I did. I got.
I'm sorry.
They sent. No,
I'm
you don't have
sorry.
to. I wasn't here. I did get an invite, but I wasn't here. I was in the UK. So unfortunately I couldn't play. Which was quite sad to miss out on it. But yeah, I haven't played a PHL yet.
I'm so sorry. I feel so bad because I just remember.
Why do you feel bad? No,
No,
it's
man.
fine.
Because the it's under 21 kit was, I think, one of the kits that they used in PHL, or it looked like.
Yes, no, it was the same kit. Yeah, I got given the kit for the series. Yeah.
That's how I was just making that instant connection.
Yeah, don't worry, it's chilled. It's really chilled.
I feel so bad. Yeah. So I think that's about that. Thank you, Kayla, so much for being with us on the podcast today. It's been really special having you, and I think in us, me and Mike, we've really enjoyed it. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Andy, and thank you, Mike. Like it was really good. I enjoyed chatting.
No, it's been a pleasure having you. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thanks,
it
guys.
really has been a pleasure. Well, everyone, that's all we have time for today. If you want to find more about Kayla and Creators Only, just check them out on Instagram. From Mike and I, it's been a joy, as I've said previously, and you really enjoyed this podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe here and follow on Instagram. From us and the Creators Only team, it's a goodbye for now and stay safe. Keep creating, everybody. Thank you so much,
Cheers. Thank
Kayla.
you
That
so
was
much.
fantastic.
Cool. Thanks, guys. All the best for the rest of these tough times, and hopefully you'll be back at school soon, like normally.
Hopefully we see you on the international stage one day.
Hope so. Bye, guys. Thanks so much.
All right.
Thank you so
Cheers.
much.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.